how you all doing? It's Wednesday Night Live. I'm hoping you've all had a really good week so far. So down in the bottom here is my first guest, and it's Claire.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Claire?
I'm all right, thank you.
Oh, good. I haven't spoken to you in like so long.
I know I haven't been on one of these chats for a while, but I thought, you know what, let's just get back on it. And
Oh, I know.
so,
And like we were meant to do this like probably like 3 weeks ago now, weren't we? And things kept coming up, and then I couldn't do it. So apologies for that.
that's fine. Life just gets in the way sometimes, but we're
Yeah.
here now.
Yeah, it does sometimes. So, tell me what's been going on with you then. So I think the last time I spoke to you, obviously it was on one of Denz's streams, which he's kind of taken like a little bit of a step back from now because obviously he's got like a job and stuff. So just tell me kind of what's been going on with you.
So I think trying to remember the last time we spoke. So kind of, I'm just going to assume it was around the summer. Been working a lot more. So like kind of my side hustle's kind of like taken a little bit of a back seat. And things have like, because I've not been as active, like haven't had as many sales, but still kind of plodding along and sort of plugging away at it and trying to make something of it. But yeah, just been working a lot more at my day job and counting down the days to Christmas and putting the tree up on Friday. Really excited.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Shaz, you alright?
Hello. Yeah. Sorry, I'm late again. I'm always late, aren't I?
Right.
Only by 2 minutes.
No, what it hurt. I was just about to sign in now. I've got a can of Coke. Well, Pepsi.
Oh, can of Coke tonight, is it?
Yeah, and then I knocked it and it went all over the table. so I've had to do a mad dash for tea towels. Anyway, I'm here.
What is it you do for a job again, Claire?
So I work at a cinema.
It's
just a part-time thing to kind of like keep money coming in, but that's what.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm doing.
And that's like totally what you need to do at the moment because like cost of living and work short and you know everything else. Like you kind of need that backup at the moment, really. I mean, I've certainly found that my sales have been really slow lately, like really slow. And I messaged eBay yesterday, and I was like, "Look, what is going on?" And I was like, I've downloaded my listing report. Everything comes out green on my listing report. Like it says there's nothing to like improve and blah blah blah. And they were just like, oh yeah, I can see that your listings have improved a lot and blah. And they said just do some price cuts and maybe offer free postage, and that was it. So that's what I've been doing. But I've sold one thing today, which was a game I got out of the bin when I went with Lindsay and Alvin dumpster diving. Sold it for $7.99, just an Xbox game. So it's not too bad. But yeah, I've been like mega slow. Like to the point where some weeks I've only done like £26 in a week. That is it.
Oh God, that is slow.
Like hugely slow.
Wow.
So I was like, I have to fix this now. Like, so I messaged eBay and I was like, what can I do? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I haven't really changed anything. You know, what do I need to change? And they were just like, oh, offer free postage to bump me up the algorithm. So that's what I've been doing when I've been doing like some self-similars, because when I'm at work, I'll do self-similars. When I'm off, I'll list new stuff. So I've just been swapping things to free postage and just see what happens, really.
Yeah, you'll sell mainly clothes though as well, don't you, Soph?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it's that time of year when people aren't buying, as many clothes because obviously Christmas is just round the corner. I've been adding some toys. I don't normally do toys, but I've been adding some toys and plushes, just small things, and they've been selling, and I think it kind of like kickstarts, any slow business in your shop as well. So maybe while they're looking at, toys or Christmas items, they might have a little browse and think, oh, that's a nice top, and buy that. So I just think it's that time of year.
I mean, I got rid of a whole shitload of I got rid of all of my bric-a-brac and all the other stuff. So I was like, well, I've started with clothes, I've always done quite well with clothes, so I'm going to stick with it. But at the moment, it's just absolutely like dire, just proper dire.
Strange that eBay weren't able to give you any more advice other than just
no,
free
that was
postage, and they were just like, "Oh, you otherwise your shop looks fine." Well, like, clearly it's not fine because
yeah.
you're not getting the sales that you need. So
That was what
sort
I
of
was
weird
thinking.
that they
I was
just said
kinda
that.
hoping, yeah, I was hoping she would come out with like, you know, this, that, or whatever. But she didn't. She was just like, well, yeah, I can see you've made loads of improvements. Maybe just try free postage. Maybe just knock off a couple of quid off each item. And she was like, if you can, kind of thing. Obviously, you know, if you can afford it. She said, but otherwise, free postage. Because she said that's what people search for is free postage. So that's just what I'm trying right now.
Yeah. And when did you start that then? Has it been this week?
Yeah, I messaged them day before yesterday, I think, Monday.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, this is just absolutely ridiculous. And then that was all they come out with.
It'll be interesting to see if it does work. But when you're now offering free postage, have you put the price of the item up a little bit, you know, to try and cover some of that postage?
For doing free postage, instead of, because she said like, either knock down the price of the items if you can, or offer free postage. So I've kept a lot of the prices the same and offered the free postage.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Have you left your you know, like a buy it now or best offer? Have you left the best offer on? Have you removed that?
Yeah, I always do accept offers, like always, and I promote it at like 9%.
Yeah.
I make sure that if not all 80 characters in the title are filled, or 75 characters, you know, at least.
Yeah.
Fill out all the item specifics. Like, I just don't know.
Yeah.
and that was like all
don't
they
know.
with.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be out of pocket, you know, by offering free
No.
postage and then somebody comes in and then sends the best offer. You know, your profit's being like chipped away, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and I think it's all, you know, it's all part of the times that we're living in. Obviously, it's a, you know, cost of living crisis and everything else. You know, people just aren't massively spending.
Yeah.
But I always find, even if you do say buyer pays postage, after the fees and that and the promoted rate, quite often you end up paying the postage anyway, or half of it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe you're probably not losing as much as you think by giving free postage. But that's obviously, like, you know, my own thoughts on it. But I haven't put it on for everything. Just when I'm doing sell similars, I'll just change it to free postage.
Yeah.
And just see how it goes. If people want the item, they want the item, don't they? Whether they've got to pay postage or not. Like the game that I sold today, found in a bloody bin, and sold it for $7.99, and I hadn't got round to changing the post on it, so they paid the postage.
Yeah. I watched those videos. They were so funny. It looked like you had an absolute ball on the wacky weekend. Yeah, it looked brilliant.
It was funny. Yeah, we did have a good time. We did have a really good time.
Yeah. But some of the stuff people just throw away, well, shops just throw away. It's like, oh, you know, why?
Well, we went to the bins like 2 days before, and they were like totally empty.
Yeah.
Like, you know, 2 days later, and they were all like filled to the brim with so much stuff. And there's nothing wrong with half of it. Obviously, they just like can't sell it or whatever, or don't want to sell it. But yeah, we got like so much stuff out there. And obviously, like, we had my car, so like the boot of it was just like filled to the brim. Like, how Lindsay and Alvin ever get that stuff home by themselves, so they don't have a car or anything? Like,
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, we got it all back in Clem.
Yeah.
Did you not get caught or anything? Did anyone see it?
No, well, no, like someone, I think it may have been like a flat above a shop, was like kind of like looking at us.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice. I think Lindsay might have noticed it, and then she just kind of went, "Wah." And then they were like,
"Stop curtain twitching. Mind your own business."
Yeah. But I felt a bit anxious, like to start with, because I've never done it before, and it was just a totally different experience, and like obviously you kind of worry, like for me anyway, I kind of worry like what people think I'm doing or whatever. But actually, once I've been through like a couple of bins, I was like, actually, I'm all right now. Yeah, I'm cool with this. I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't have actually got in a bin because there's no way I'd have got out of it. Like I'm too short. I had to have a step just to look over it, so there's no way I could have actually got in it. But we did find a whole crate of, well, a whole box of Strongbow in the Tesco bin, and like a whole, like, pallet of Schweppes tonic water.
Yeah.
Like no reason. Absolutely no reason at all.
It's
not
mental,
even out of
isn't
date
it?
or anything like that. Like,
yeah, like the amount of stuff that like these shops throw away, even like canned things and stuff that's like well in date, like it really like opens your eyes and you just think like, why? Like, why are they throwing this away? Like it's canned, there's nothing wrong with it. And we checked as well to make sure nothing was on like a recall. And obviously you get, product recalls. None of it was on a recall either for, something being wrong with it. It's like, how is all this canned stuff like, in the bin?
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't make sense. I
No,
mean, not that as well. I mean, instead of throwing it away, if why don't they get the staff? Put in the canteen and make a small donation to charity if they want to take it. At a lower price.
Or do like a pay it forward thing, like pay what you can pay.
Yeah.
Sort of thing,
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah, especially since they all have like the food bank donation sections like at the front, and there's like always like a few things in there. I know like Morrison's you could just buy a bag and then donate that, but if it's all in date and it's all perfectly fine, why can't they go there? It is very odd. I don't know why.
Actually, like that's a good point because none of us like tonic water. Though we did pick some up, but like none of us really like tonic water. Actually, what we should have done was picked it all up and took it to like a food bank or something. Like, to be fair, I didn't really think about that all the time. But yeah, that's probably what we should have done.
I don't know what they would, how much use they'd have for tonic water. I don't know.
No, but it could be like a little posh thing to put in your food parcel. We'd be like, "You're welcome."
But definitely without alcohol, take it back and have a party.
Yeah, the alcohol comes back with us. Everything else, it can go elsewhere. Right, I'm just going to jump in the chat very quickly.
Okay.
So we've got Chris Tyler in. Hello, thanks so much for joining. Jenny Limelight Vinty. Hello.
Hello.
Walter Freeman. Hello, thank you so much for joining, Walter. Limelight, I miss Denz's morning chats.
Me too.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, I couldn't make very many of them because of work and whatever else, or I was just hungover. But yeah. Lynn, hello. Thanks for
Lynn. Hope you're feeling better.
We've also got Pat in. Hiya, Pat. Hope you're all right. Just scrolling down, and we've also got Lisa in. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
And we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Lindsay and Alvin in themselves. Lindsay and Alvin. Hello.
Hello.
We've also got Adam in. Bonjour, everyone. Bonjour, Adam.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Just coming in the chat. Lindsay will have to give me a review for Sharon for how well behaved I was in the flat and how domestic I am. Sandra Parker, hello, thank you so much for joining. Denz has got a job now, so he's just quite kind of tied up with job life, child life, adult life, Like he's just kind of tied up at the moment. I think he is still reselling though, just not necessarily doing like YouTube and things like that.
Yeah.
Lynn says we dish it out to the neighbours, just better than it going to landfill. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Adam's caught. I've just caught this bit of a conversation with Chris saying Vinted is getting more popular, and I think a lot of that is down to because it was a sponsor for Big Brother. So
I didn't know that
all the time. Yeah. So I mean, I don't watch Big Brother, but when my sisters come over here, she's subjected me to it, and
that's the right word.
and they're sponsored by Subway and Big Brother. So every advert would either be a Subway one or a Vinted one. So I think that's partly why. I mean, Vinted was kind of everywhere before this anyway, wasn't it? You know, it was on YouTube ads and things like that. But yeah, I think it's definitely got more popular now that it's an advert on the mainstream telly channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely found that as well. Like I'm every month I'm getting gradually more and more sales on Vinted and less on eBay. And I don't know, especially now that, because for a while I used to only have Royal Mail on my postage, but then now I've selected a few others and I'm getting a few more sales in now that people are just paying for their own postage, and it's really easy. Just take it to the post office, give it to them, throw it there, and then run away. It's great.
I've always had all postage options available on Vinted anyway, because I'm quite lucky in the sense that I've got I live in like a triangle. So I've got InPost Locker literally down the road. I've got an everyone there. I've got the post office delivery office like over there. So it makes no difference to me. And they're paying for it anyway, so they can just choose how they want it to be sent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went through a stage for about 3-4 weeks ago where each week I was getting more sales on Vinted than I was on eBay. I think Big Brother is finished now as well. So obviously people aren't going to be having Vinted stuff in their face quite as often.
Yeah, I'm selling more at the moment on Vinted. Not more than eBay, but more than normal.
More than normal, yeah.
Yeah. I think I've done 6 this week so far.
That's good. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, really good, really good.
Yeah.
The problem is, you get people. You know, you put something on for like 10 quid, and it's a decent item. Then you'll get somebody messaging saying, "Well, what will you accept 2 quid?" No, go away.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you do get a lot of that, and you also get the same, like, people will make you an offer, you accept it, and then they don't pay for it, and you're just like,
that is so annoying.
Yeah,
so
I think for every 10 times that happens, I only get at least like one person actually follows through and pays for it. So I don't know. But obviously it means that every time that they've asked someone, will you accept like £2 for this £10 item, someone said yes, because they're obviously desperate to get rid of it. Because I think it's not like eBay where there's many people on there who are like making a living from it. There'll be more people who just want to clear out their wardrobes, make some extra money for Christmas, which is what I think all of their marketing is based around that anyway, really, isn't it? That like want to make some extra money, just clear out your wardrobe, and then
it does
money for Christmas.
Like,
so.
It has always had like a car boot vibe to it, like here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's actually like a French company.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, and I think in France they've actually got a pro seller option, which they don't have here, because obviously you're kind of not meant to be on it if you are a reseller, but obviously everybody is. Like it's a known secret, really, isn't it? But yeah, they've got like a pro seller option on France, and I don't know whether you pay like a monthly fee for it or something like that so you're able to sell on there as a pro seller. And I've heard that's meant to be coming over here, but I don't know when or
Oh, I hope so.
I think it'll be okay.
That'd be really good.
I think it would be all right.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh,
I don't see like what the difference would be, like, because as long as you're offering like a good price, what's the difference to doing it kind of
yeah.
legally or
Yeah, that's it. The fear at the moment is like you don't want to go overboard with Vinted. You know, putting as many listings on like you would normally do with eBay. You can't cross list every single thing because it stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Especially if you're selling clothes, you know, clothing all at different sizes. You know, they know they know if you're a business seller or not.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
they're not daft. So I think that's the biggest fear at the minute into just getting banned because there's so many people getting banned.
Yeah. I mean, I have heard of people getting banned who have got a hell of a lot less items on there than I have. And I was a bit like, well, how? Like, how did you get banned?
God knows.
And whether they put like their branding on there or something, like, I really don't know.
Yeah.
But I've literally just got a bog standard picture of me. It's just a bog standard account. And I just put my stuff on there and that's it. But then I'll go through a time where I might not list anything for a week or 2 weeks if I've got no money to go sourcing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll put some items on. Then it might be the same flat.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But also as well, when you look at some of these accounts, what's on there, they're selling brand new with tags. You know, on every single item what they've got on the wardrobe. I don't know how they're going away with it. You know, so
that's it. Like, because I think it was Tonks Boutique. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're Scottish resellers.
I've seen them on Insta. Yeah.
Yeah, they got banned off Vinted.
Did they?
And I don't really know how.
Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to see what it is that they're doing, whether it's like, you know, but like if they're listing daily or like the type of stuff. Because like you say, I've got people that I follow on mine that are like, it's very clearly a business. They've got like hundreds of items in their wardrobes and they're all really nicely presented. It's not just someone, you know, chucking it on their bedroom door and taking a picture. It's like it's well lit and stuff. And you're like, how are you still, they're uploading every single day because you get the notifications. So I'm like, you're thinking, how are you still here? But then you say people are getting banned. So it's kind of interesting to see what their reasoning would be if they give one at all.
Yeah. What flags up an account, you know, to Vinted say this is a business seller.
But also, like, I've listed some items in there. Like, I put on a pair of Timberland boots. They were women's. I think they're called Timberland Glastonbury boots. And they were with the box, with the inners, you know, in them as well. Like, they'd literally like not been worn. They still had the RRP of like 100 quid on there. I think I put them on for 80 quid. And for some reason, Vinted keeps saying that I'm breaking some rule by listing them. God knows why. And I know, and so it's a hidden listing all the time. It doesn't matter what I do to edit it, it won't let me like post it.
Oh, yeah, I've had that a couple of times, but I just don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know.
And I've posted like loads of shoes, like with boxes and, you know, whatever else and down to list it. And I know that Adam actually, I think he tried listing like a Barbie house once, and it said like you can't list this. Like there's the odd thing it picks out.
Why not? Yeah.
Don't like that. Nope.
So maybe it's like maybe for like shoes they get lots of fakes or anything, like maybe some counterfeits.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that would apply to a Barbie house.
Yeah. I wonder if that's how like some resellers have been banned from it as well. It's just gone, no, I don't like that. No, not having that.
Maybe.
God knows.
Jilly B is in. Hello, Jilly B.
Hi.
Hello.
Lindsay says, well, Shaz, what can we say about Soph as a house guest? Absolute nightmare. No, really the perfect house guest, and we can't wait till she comes back again.
Oh, that's lovely. Lovely.
I wasn't sick either, which was a bonus. That was good.
You're all we're going in. Yeah, you did say that some of these bins were a bit smelly as well.
No, it was more
in that video.
It was more because I drank too much Coconut Cove. That was why. I was quite pleased with myself for not being sick. I didn't get up till like, you know, the afternoon, but I wasn't sick.
Well done.
Adam says, I'm hoping they don't go down this pro route. Why are you hoping that, Adam? What are you worried about with that? I've just been watching Whatnot. It's really good. Yes, Sandra. So I've been applying to get on Whatnot forever, well before even Poshmark came out. Apparently what I did, why I didn't get accepted, and they didn't bother actually telling me this until I was like, for the 8th time, like, what the fuck is going on? I apparently put myself in the US and had a UK based address. I don't know how I put myself based in the US, but with a UK based address. I don't know what I did. But they didn't tell me this, so they were like, oh, we'll try and put your application through now. So I've applied to sell men's fashion because that's more what I deal in. But that category isn't actually available just yet. So I'm still kind of waiting just to get on it, really. So yeah, we'll see.
Have they opened up Whatnot then to the public as well? For buying.
Yeah. So Whatnot before, was out before Poshmark. You have to apply on there and give all your social media handles, and I even take photos of my stock as well to show them I had. So I take photos of all the boxes and everything else. It was pretty thorough, really. And I was like, what the heck is wrong? And I thought, maybe they don't like my stock. Maybe I haven't got enough boxes. But it turned out it was just because I said I was in the US somehow.
Yeah.
That's so strange that you just need to look at that and go, oh, is this just ask the question, is this an error? And then you go, yeah, and then put the application through. That's so silly.
I literally contacted them like 8 times, and they kept giving me like a generic Whatnot support response and had nothing more after that. So eventually I said, look, I have genuinely contacted you about 8 times. Don't you dare give me the generic email back again because I will flip. I was like, what the fuck? And then that was when they came out saying, oh, it's because you said you're in the US and you're not. So yeah.
You've probably been past that pillar to post.
So at the moment then you can't sell men's clothing?
No, the category is not available yet, apparently.
Really? So what can you sell on there then?
You can sell some clothing. It's got to be in like certain categories, and Whatnot is mainly geared for like collectibles. So things like Pokemon cards, Funko Pops, toys,
all right,
comics, all that kind of thing. It's mainly geared for collectibles. And I think the only reason they actually opened their doors to being able to do clothing was because Poshmark shut. And I think people kind of thought, oh, hang on a minute, we can get all these people on.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the barrier for coming in was lowered. And and even from eBay, I mean, I've been with eBay for like 12 years. Obviously, I've not been reselling on there for 12 years, but I've had an account with them. Even from eBay, I had an account saying, oh, we can see that you've had a Poshmark account. We're really sorry about this, but we would like to set you up with eBay and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I already have an account. I've already got a shop. I already paid for a business account. So it's obviously like somehow they'd obviously got people's email addresses or whatever, like from a third party.
Yeah.
From people that are shut down from Poshmark, and decided to like email them all as like a generic thing. And I felt looking back, well, actually, if you look, I already have a business account with you, so like, why are you messaging me this shit?
Yeah.
Some people will probably convert though, because I reckon there'll be some people who opened a Poshmark and then have now gone over to eBay.
Oh yeah, there's loads of people.
It'll work.
I'm in a group called Poshmark Pals. So when Poshmark split, I think it was Retro Clothes Shop. It might have been Retro Clothes Shop. She made an Instagram group called Poshmark Pals, and it was where we all just kind of like supported each other through that time. I know it sounds like horrific. It sounds like a really grieving time, but at the same time, it kind of was because everyone put in like so much time and effort into it. It was and the way it happened, it was a bit like. But yeah, so everyone kind of started getting on Whatnot and doing different things. Some people did sign up with eBay, and it was just a way of supporting people through a change and to adapt and things like that. But Yeah. It's a strange one.
Did either of you actually have many sales on Poshmark? I sold one thing, and
I
that was
did
it.
to start with. In my first week, I did about £300 in my first week.
Wow.
And I've never done that. Well, maybe once or twice I've done that on eBay, but certainly not on the regular. And then the week after, like 200, and I did about 250, then 100, or whatever. And then it kind of gradually started to tail off. But yeah, I did start with. Billy B, I've sold a lot on Vinted and eBay is so slow. Yeah, it has been for me very much. Really, I get daft offers £10 for a £35 offer. I ignore them. Yep.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Yeah. Kathy, I've not sold a thing on Vinted. Bought about 3 things though, including my not so secret Santa. Yeah, it's good for buying on. Absolutely. Hello, Rich. How are you?
Hi.
Just going. Boom. Oh my goodness, he's here. My spammer's here. Evening, ladies. In honour of the all-stunning woman here, I wish to be called Betty from now on. I'm not forced to moan about men, flashing my boobs, or driving Jamaican men to drink like you lot. Not getting my boobs out tonight. God's sake. I put in my description and want a gift, and that's it on Vintage Friend from you. Yeah, might as well. Chop Chop. Hello, Chop Chop. Busy, work, bang, bang. I was banned from Vinted for having the same information nearly as my wife's account. Wow. They picked up on that. That's crazy.
Really?
I expect I'll get banned now for talking about it. Someone's going to be like, oh, you've got to be banned.
I don't think anyone from Vinted is watching. But they are, hello.
I'm quite dogmatic about stuff like this. Dogmatic? The rules are no resellers. We know this. So if you get banned, it's tough. Yeah, it is true. You mean pragmatic rather than dogmatic? I think you mean pragmatic, perhaps.
Yeah, we all know the rules, but rules are for bending, aren't
they? I heard George Ross has had his Vinted open again. Yes, I know he got.
I heard that.
Quite early on. I think he got banned very early on. And he did do like a video about being banned. But he's been able to like buy on there because he's done quite a few videos about buying on Vinted, then like reselling, which is fine. But at the same time, I kind of feel like all these people doing videos about how cheap Vinted is, I'm going to buy it and resell it. They're just kind of going to make people put their prices up. So they're like, oh, I could have got this for it, or I could have got that for it. And like, I'm all for like information sharing, but maybe not on everything on YouTube. Like, share it amongst yourselves, spread it around amongst the community, like fine. But maybe don't put like everything as like a video.
Yeah. Can you imagine somebody who sold something on Vinted, not a reseller, but just a random person, and then they watch a YouTube video and it's just been delivered to a reseller and they open it up, I paid £5 for this, I'm going to get 30 on eBay. They're going to be gutted, aren't they?
Yeah, I really enjoy like sourcing on Vinted because you can source on Vinted. Like, to be fair, if you find a great item and someone doesn't know what you got, you can buy it for what you'd pay in like a charity shop or something like that.
Yeah.
With postage, included, and whatever else. But don't let them know that.
Yeah.
But even if they do, so say like, even if they say, oh, they pick up a dress and they think, oh, they've got a dress at home and they think they can get like £30 for it. Like your average sort of seller on Vinted won't put in the effort that we might, that they won't like make sure it's in good condition and photograph it in a way that it's good lighting and make sure the listing's all like, they won't have the skills and the knowledge to make that listing kind of really fly in the same way. So that the same listing that they might have for a dress, they're not going to sell it for for the £30 that we would get for it, because their listing is just naff and it doesn't look good, and it's like you can't see the dress properly. Whereas if like we work our magic on it, people will think that it's worth a lot more money. So it kind of, it does, in that way, it just kind of like people, you end up sorting the wheat from the chaff. Like the professional resellers will raise the standard of the app because everyone will have to then start making more effort, but you'll still get people who just sort of chuck, like I said, chuck it up on their bedroom door, take a quick picture in crap lighting, sell it for £5 because they want it gone.
Yeah, I mean, I was sourcing on Vinted today because I thought, I've got no caps or beanies like in my store. It'd be quite nice just to add another thing, you know, in. And I came across like this Gatorade beanie. The picture, there was one of it. It was on its side, and half of it was like cut off as well. And I was like, why? What? Like, what's the point? You can't
even buy it.
Thing. Why?
I will say that I do like Vinted for browsing, and like whatever algorithm they've got for like if you find like a dress or something, and then you can find more, and then it'll show you more of that. And I like that for kind of going through and like favoriting loads of stuff that I think, oh, I might like that, or like that'll be good for the shop or whatever.
Yeah,
and you can kind of find good stuff.
If I think, right, I'm going to look on there for a certain thing, like my beanies and caps, and thought, oh, I'll look in there, see what I can get. Now, it's like all my feed is beanies and caps. Like next thing, or don't look at all, then it will go back to normal.
Yeah, I'll do that. Like the next thing, you'll look for like sort of flannel shirts, and then all of a sudden you've got like all the flannel shirts in the world, and then like say the next thing, whatever that is. But like I think people have said it probably 1,000 times before, eBay is just not the same for like browsing. I feel like that's where like you go if you need a specific thing and you search for that thing and then you buy the thing. Whereas Vinted's very much like I think it's probably what Depop was trying to be, you know, kind of just a place to browse and have a look around and, I'll get that.
You were selling quite a lot on Depop, weren't you, at one stage, Claire?
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of very, like a lot earlier on this year, I was selling sort of stuff, like a lot of my sales were equal, kind of eBay, Vinted and Depop.
And just keep talking, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Depop has just kind of really, it's disappeared. I haven't really had a sale on there in months. I don't know if I need to be, you know, refreshing stuff or whatever. But I don't know. I've been sort of hearing sort of bad things about, not bad things, but like of that Depop, it's like on its way out and that no one wants to use it anymore, and that people are using Vinted more. So it's kind of don't really know.
I've never even been on Depop.
It was kind of marketed as it's supposed to be like a shopping app for Gen Z, like where all the trends are, and that's where they got all their stuff for like the various aesthetics that they were taking part in. But it's kind of just dropped off. I think in the same way as Vinted, it had quite a lot of social media marketing, sort of YouTube ads and all of that. But it's just, I don't know. I think they were owned by the same company as Etsy, and that's just kind of, they've just gone down together. So all of my stuff's on there, but I haven't had a sale in so long. So I'm not really sure what to do with it.
I don't know. It just don't appeal to me, you know. I don't know if it's because of my age or what, you know, or whether I don't know if I've got really the right kind of product mix, you know, for Depop by the sound of things. So
it's kind of a bit more like sort of lots of vintage stuff, kind of quite niche and specialized, and like the kind of the way that the photos are taken are always a bit like, you can kind of tell. Because like they'll use models and stuff on there instead of, or like people will wear it themselves instead of just taking a picture of it on a hanger. So it's kind of supposed to be like a cross between eBay and Instagram. So like somewhere where you can curate a really nice looking feed and then sell the stuff as well. So, but I don't know what the experiences for other people is, whether people are still actually making any money off it. I don't know, but I certainly am not. So. just gonna wait until, I don't know. Just give it a few more months.
Very sporadic sales on Depop. I did go through a stage where I was getting like a couple a week, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was like that, and then it's just kind of
Yeah,
just
now
completely
it's
teetered off.
sporadic, and I do genuinely think that if any platform will shut down from now, it will be Depop next. Sean says, "Can everyone send out a get well soon to Alvin? I heard he's been one cough away from creating brown chair art since Sunday morning."
Oh.
He was very drunk on Saturday, and I think that's where that comes from.
Self-inflicted.
Yes. Been watching John Luke on Whatnot, selling clothes, men's, women's, some good bargains. Yeah, I can imagine John was probably on it in to start with, because they were only picking people with big social media followers. So I can imagine that's probably why he's on it. I don't think he's necessarily come on it like recently, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Probably caught Foot and Fanny bin dipping. Yeah, we might have done. Lindsay says yes, he's suffering and he's healing support.
Oh.
Oh dear. Lots of man hugs, Alvin.
Get well soon, Alvin.
Yeah, it was a few very strong vodka snake bites. Goodness sake. Absolutely ridiculous. Just scrolling down. Sean, I guess he has not had the misspent English youth like the hard drinkers here to know the pints of vodka and cider tend to be bad for you. Yeah, it did turn out to be very bad for him, unfortunately. He was like a coiled spring all night.
Bless him.
It's the lady in the bottom of the video and a chairlift. Upstairs very slowly at some point. I think she could wave for a good 5 minutes more.
Oh, wrong way. There you go. I'm back.
Alvin was absolutely not running anywhere. So I thought I'd show you guys. I finished my rug, my t-shirt rug that I was making.
Oh, sell that. Yeah, let's have a look.
I got a wholesale box, obviously, as like everyone knows. And there was so with a wholesale box, they say you should have 10% of error in there. But I had more like 30% of error. So I messaged them and said, look, I can't sell like 30% of these t-shirts. They gave me a £30 refund pretty swiftly, which was good. And they said I didn't have to send back the t-shirts. So I thought I'm going to make something out of it. So here is my finished
nice
little t-shirt rug. I finished that tonight.
Very good.
I was like, oh, that bit's falling out. Anyway, I was going to go like a bit more, but I did say to myself, the black bit, I was only going to use 2 t-shirts on because there's other projects I want to try with, with the other ones as well. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed for like
that's good. That
first attempt. Well, not a second attempt because I accidentally made a beanie hat with the first attempt.
Accidentally.
Yeah, so like it was going really well, like in the middle here.
Yeah.
And then I think I got a little bit impatient with it, and what I did was I did quite a flat and longer, so missed like about 5 stitches in between. So it ended up really tight, and it literally came out like a beanie hat.
Beanie hat.
If I carry on, perhaps it will straighten itself out. And I put loads of my recipe books on top of it to try and flatten it down because it was just going up and up and up. It wasn't going flat out and out and out like this. So I thought, right, I'm just going to put loads of recipe books on it. And I was like, surely that will sort it. But no, it didn't at all. So unfortunately, I had to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty I'm okay with this. I'm pretty pleased with it.
So how did you put it together? Is it like knots or is it like crochet?
Yeah, it's more like knots. So like when you do plaits.
Yeah.
And like used to make like friendship bracelets with plaits. So that's basically like how you start. You just put like a knot at the top, do like probably like 3 plaits, and then you curl it round, and then you put one of those strings through a hole, another 3, curl it, another 3, curl it, another 3, curl it, and you just keep going round and round and round until you get like a round rug, basically.
Yeah.
Or a beanie hat, you know.
So how many t-shirts was that rug?
So the black part on it is 2 t-shirts. The dark blue on it was half a t-shirt, and it was the other half of once I realised what I was doing really wasn't working. I used that in it, and the light blue was 1 t-shirt.
Yeah.
So 3.5 t-shirts in total.
Yeah. So I've still got probably about 7 t-shirts left. But what I want to try and do is make like some rework t-shirts now. Now that I've tried my hand at that, I thought, right, I can do this.
Yeah.
I want to try and make some rework t-shirts. So I want to kind of, cut some, diagonal and sew them back together again and make a bit of, say, like an Adidas and a Fila and a Nike.
Oh yeah, I like the way that they look. Especially if they've got like the seam on the outside.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of a bit crinkly. I really like the way that they look. But my sewing skills are not that. Nowhere near there yet.
Oh no, I have no sewing skills whatsoever, Claire. Like I've literally never sewed in my life. But at the same time, I've never made a rug in my life. So I'm going to give it a go. And
you could actually sell that on Etsy.
I could.
Handmade.
Yeah, I could. But I think what I need to do though, if I'm going to do the rework t-shirt, I need to get like a guillotine so I can make a really nice, clean slice across it. Because with scissors, it's easy to cut, but you get all jagged edges.
If you use fabric scissors or there's like a thing that sewing people have. It looks like a pizza cutter. It's like a fabric.
Oh,
cutter.
really?
Yeah, and that's like really sharp. So if you use fabric scissors, obviously, like if you use paper scissors, you will get all those jagged edges. But fabric scissors are a lot sharper. So yeah,
that's what
you're using those tiny little scissors. So I was
that's
you'll be there for a while.
But yeah, I need to make like a real straight edge. Obviously, I'll have to choose t-shirts that are kind of the same size, so it's easier obviously to sew together. But yeah, I think that's going to be like the next project, I think. So yeah, we shall see. I'm not used to seeing Sophie this clearly. I blame the light bulb. It's like Clark Kent with big boobs and a little under. Then maybe the meat will run out and we'll be back to dark, sinister scowling.
No.
I always do dark, sinister scowling.
I'm just going to turn the camera off a minute. Hang on.
All right. I've pulled this light out, so because in my kitchen, so usually I always have this main light off.
Yeah, it's all right.
And I keep the kitchen light on, but I've only got 1 bulb left that's like working, so hence the dark, sinister rooms. But this is my light bulb, and Lindsay and Alvin did get me some light bulbs because Sean gave them £1.50 to get me some light bulbs, but I don't think they're quite the same. So I don't know what attachment that is, whether it's called like a bayonet or whatever. But it's got like
No, that's not a bayonet, but I've
not.
seen that before, but I don't know what it's called.
It's got 2 like roundy bits on the top. So
they're them what you push in and twist.
Is that what they are? So they're not bayonets, are they?
No,
bayonets.
No,
they look slightly different.
The what, Steve?
GU10s.
GU10s, Steve's just shouted.
Is that what it is with the
2 knobbles? Yeah. So if you've got like a lamp or something, you push it in and then you twist it.
Yeah. Okay. And actually, well, that was how I got it out. I had to stand on the chair, and then I just twisted it out. To be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am meant to be getting 3 new light bulbs, courtesy of Sean. So thank you very much. Why has Sophie knitted a large black head? Is this a new thing with the youth? I am not a youth, and firstly, it's not a black head. It's a rug.
Has it found a home yet? Do you know where it's going?
It's going to go just literally here in my front room. So then when I'm watching the telly, I can just put the feet on it. Really. Actually feels really nice, like under your feet. Actually feels like really nice. And if you were to make it more like a blanket, it's quite heavy. You like the t-shirt material.
Yeah.
You can make like a really nice warm blanket out of it. Ignore that, Sophie. Realise that may appear mean. I would have that in front of my toilet in a heartbeat. What, she can piss all over it. Thanks. Cheers for that. Oh, Lindsay's checking the light bulbs. Dawn says it's a halogen fitting. And Lynn says we have those ones. They're wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Chris says prongs. They are absolutely prongs. Lin says get yourself some pinking shears. They're zigzag scissors. Stops material from fraying. Thank you, Lin. And Kathy has had a sale. Woo! That's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Well done.
Isn't it? Because you've had a sale, but you've also had a return today. So yeah, I hate that when like your sales then end up paying for the bloody return that you've had. That is like a bit annoying.
I had my first return last month. And all the time I've been selling, I've actually had my first return.
Oh, wow.
And it was only because I think I'd like missized it, even though I'd put it, you know, the measurements in the thing. So they like sent me pictures back saying, like, this is not a size 16 or whatever. I put like 16 to 18 because it kind of it sat somewhere in between. And they were like, this is a size 16 skirt, and sort of laid it on top of it. I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But there were measurements in the listing, so that's. But I don't think people read them. I don't think people go down that far.
They don't. I had this the other week, didn't I, Shaz? Remember that Paul Smith card I sent off? Said I'd sent them all the measurements and they bought it, and then they returned it saying doesn't fit.
Yeah.
I've like messaged you all the measurements that you wanted, and you've returned it saying like it doesn't fit.
Yeah. Yeah. So Claire, that return what you had then, what reason did they put in their return request? Did you end up paying for the postage?
Oh,
no, did they put not as described, or did they put doesn't fit? So if it doesn't fit, then you shouldn't have to pay for that anyway.
I mean, it's all done and dusted now anyway. I wouldn't even know where to find it on my app, but I think they just put just the wrong size or something like that. I didn't contest it because I looked at it, I thought, yeah, that's fine. I'm not really that bothered. And I'll get the skirt back and I can just sell it on again.
A lot of the time, though, to be fair, Claire, unless it's to do with like tracking or something, there's no point contesting it because eBay will just give it to them anyway.
Yeah.
Like they just honour literally, unless it's to do with they're saying it's not delivered and you've got tracking to show that it was delivered or something like that.
No, obviously they've
anyway.
got the skirt, and it's just I think especially since I sell a lot of vintage clothing, so like the size it says on it is completely different because the size 18 in 1980 is completely different to a size 18 now.
Absolutely.
That's why I always try and put measurements and kind of put a guesstimate. Like I'll check other like high street size charts and be like, it says it's an 18, but it's more like a modern 14 or something like that, so that they know like what they're actually buying. But again, whether people are actually looking at descriptions, I have no idea. But I put it all in there anyway. But you would think if you were like a seasoned, if you were a seasoned buyer, like if you were buying from these places on a regular basis, you would think like you would know your own measurements and you would know to look for these things. But I think some people they just don't. They don't look that far.
No, and because I do that when I sell like older clothes. Sometimes I'll get something out and it'll say it's like an XL, and I'm like, no, it's like a bloody medium. Because it like sizing was different, back in the day. So people change, whatever else. And I will quite often put things like, although it's listed, it says a medium, it's actually more like a small, or it's more like a large, or whatever. And that's all you can do. Like if someone chooses not to read the description, like really that should be on them, and you shouldn't have to refund them or have to pay the postage back. But eBay still makes you, and it is annoying.
Even modern day clothing though, every brand has got different size guide.
Absolutely.
You can't if somebody's an XL or a large, they can't just rely on that label, that it's going to fit them. That's what you've got bloody changing rooms in shops for, to check. They should be checking measurements, online. I keep getting emails from every 2 or 3 weeks. I keep getting emails from eBay. I'm top rated anyway, but I can't remember what the next level is above that. I can't remember. But basically, they want to put for me to be this higher level and to drive more sales, so they say. They want me to put all my listings on free returns, and
really?
I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it because I sell a lot of clothing.
Yeah, and that is one of the most highest return rates, isn't it? It's clothing where people don't.
Yeah,
like you say, they don't measure themselves or they try it on, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, and I think it'll just be opening floodgates.
Yeah, you will. And what annoys me is that, like, when you do sell clothing and it doesn't fit, they'll put the return as like item not as described, and then say doesn't fit.
Yeah,
it's not
as so annoying.
Like it doesn't fit you.
Yeah,
it drives me bonkers.
Yeah, and it also goes against you, and it can affect your seller status.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's why we're asking you, Claire. Were they honest with their return? Did they say doesn't fit, which is fine. But
yeah, they were.
All depends on what settings you've got, set up in your eBay. But
I don't really know how to find. But yeah, it was all
pay for a return if it's item not as described, or if it's damaged. Then that's fine. But if it's something what doesn't fit, they then have to pay,
Yeah, they should do. And I'm sure when that guy sent the cardie back to me, I don't remember paying that postage. And he did put doesn't fit. And that's probably the first one ever that actually put doesn't fit. But all the time they put item not as described, and it's really fucking annoying because then the item's not described go against you then, doesn't it? But it's not a not as described, it's a didn't fit. Casper, oh no, I was premature. They want it sent somewhere else, or it's always a bit iffy, isn't it? The return request was for a Christmas item. By the time I got it back, it would be totally unsellable. Well, yeah, because it's very seasonable, I suppose, isn't it? Jesus, you lot are like the light bulb central. If I'd known you were all this good at lighting, I would have complained earlier. I spent 6 months thinking Sophie's addicted to dark fake tanning. No, I just like to be comfy and cozy. Anyone keep getting emails from Temu saying you've won a pallet? Obviously a scam. No, I haven't myself.
No.
If I do, they go straight to spam. So,
actually, talking of Temu, I've ordered a drone off Temu, which is probably going to be an absolute pile of shite.
It'll be like this big.
Yeah, because I paid about £15 for it in the end, with numerous discounts and blah. But yeah, it's probably going to be an absolute pile of shite. But yes, I have ordered a drone, so watch this space. Just coming down. Yeah, these are all just like chatty bits. Wrong message. Also, you'll need sunglasses soon when Sophie gets a new bulb. I think I will need sunglasses actually. I'm so used to getting off one little bulb. I think I'll need it. Kath says it was a Christmas mug and they don't like it. Well, it's tough shit, isn't it?
It's a bit late, that isn't it, to get it and then be like, you don't like, or is it a gift for someone? Because
I don't like it.
Yeah, surely you would have seen it in the pictures. So
yeah,
it's not that different when you get it. I don't know.
Not for a mug, really, is it? Like,
no.
For a mug.
How much was the mug? Was it expensive?
Yeah. And Lin has just echoed what we've said, saying a mug's a mug, crying out loud. Yes, it is. A mug is a mug, and they're probably a mug, to be quite honest.
Sophie, what are you drinking?
Oh, this is Heineken.
All right, that bottle looks massive.
Yeah, the big bottles. Can't bother to drink little bottles. I just go for the big one. Chop Chop. I've had 662 sales since April the 6th. Well done. And only 12 refunds. That's very good, actually, out of 662. That's probably like what? Not even like 1%, something like that. That's really good.
That's really good, yeah.
All returns, and I offer free 30-day returns. Yeah. Since I've had a business one, I didn't offer returns, although eBay still made me return them. Or made them, made me refund them. But now I do have 30-day returns on, which is how that guy with the Paul Smith cardi got away with sending it back to me like 3 days before.
Yeah, I do have a 30-day return, but it's not free. And I just don't do it because I think I'm just going to leave myself wide open,
I
to get a top, go on a night out, and then send it back.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you can make up your own policies, but at the end of the day, you have to abide by what eBay say, and if they say you've got to return it, like, you've got to return it.
Yeah, but I don't want free returns. I don't want to be paying somebody, for somebody to return an item if they don't want it. If it doesn't fit, if they don't like it. At the moment they can return it. That's not a problem, but they pay for the postage.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I've got buyer pays postage unless item not is described.
Yeah, it's same. Yeah, it's same. Yeah, but to get onto this higher level, eBay is saying, change all your listings to a free 30-day return.
Yeah. And I never had the whole 30-day return on. When I had a personal account, it was like no returns. But then as soon as I got a business one, it made me do the 30-day.
Yeah. What kind of products does is it Chop Chop? What
do you sell in Chop Chop?
Because Chop Chop's got 30-day free returns on the account. So it's just interesting to find out, really. Especially at that low percentage as well.
Yeah. Sean says, can I just say how nice it is to see someone like Claire on your live, Sophie? I know she may have to gargle with holy water straight after. Sorry, Claire. Welcome to Spammer Sean. He's a lovely guy. He's very inappropriate, but he's a lovely guy. What else says Claire? It's nice to see someone who looks like they have never woken up in another country after a night out with someone else's knickers on with Sophie.
It's right, yeah.
Yeah, that happens regularly, Yeah. So when so Sean, I think Sean came into my chat from when I had Rich on my channel once, and I genuinely thought Sean was like a troll. Well, he is a troll, really, and some kind of like spammer. And he kept putting these comments in, and I was like, and I just called him Spammer Sean from them. And I was like, who the fuck is Spammer Sean? Like, what the hell? And then Rich was like, oh, no, it's all right. I know him. Like, he's all right. Yeah, he's fine. And I was like, oh, okay, then. And he's kind of, just appeared ever since to mock me or troll me or something. But I'm all for it because it's quite funny, actually. But, yeah, he's a Spammer Sean. So yeah, I think we're up to the hour now, guys, and obviously we all know it's my rule that I like to try and keep these things down to an hour. So thank you so much to everyone for joining me. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next week. We'll just see what Sean has to say now. Shaz, on the other hand, has been surrounded by men all the life. Kind of true with Dens and George and what's that guy's name with the ginger hair? I can't remember his name now.
With the what?
With the ginger hair. Remember, he always had headphones on, ginger hair.
What,
What
Adam?
was his name?
Is it not West?
No, not Adam.
No.
He had ginger hair. Can you remember?
On Denz's?
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't remember his name, but I know who you're on about.
That's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
I know who you mean as well.
I know, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah, he wasn't an eBay seller as such. He
Jim.
used to deal with Jim. Yeah, Jim. Oh, Jim.
Yeah.
James.
Jim. Yes,
yeah.
Jim.
Yeah. That were him, Jim.
I haven't seen him about for a while.
No, I've just seen Chop's thing as well. That is a everything seller.
He's a lovely person. He is a lovely person. He really is. You might be a bit shocked by his comments and things, but he's actually a really lovely guy and also very funny. So anyway, yes, we will round up now because obviously I like to keep things down to an hour. So thank you, Shaz. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for everyone in the chat as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next week. Take care. Bye.
Bye.